Okay, so I'm gonna try and hopefully show you how to make like 3D objects and then also show like 3D movement with this. So first let's make a cube. So let's do that. So I have a shape layer that I made, and it's important if you're making like a cube, you have to make it a square. So you just kind of go here, click that, and then go to your rectangle, go to rectangle path, and then make that 100 and make that 100, which I did. And then if you follow that, you have a nice square. Or you can just like rescale it however you want. As long as you have a square, you're good. Okay, so then you're going to click on this little cube thingy here. And now you have, if you press positioning, instead of having two, you now have this added third one. And then all that stuff comes out too. Let's just look at positioning first. So now you have this Z space. So you have like your Y, X, Z. And so I'm actually going to change the camera view here. So instead of active camera, I'm going to go to like the top. So this is like a bird's eye view of what you're seeing, of what's actually being seen in the preview. So right now my position is basically like in the middle of everything. So like it's in the middle of the frame, like in Y, X, and Z space. So for now, I want to actually just move it, actually keep it there for now. I'm going to now make a null object because I want my null to be there. And you'll see why in a minute. So I'm going to actually double click it so I can move the anchor point. And you'll see it's like not really in 3D yet. So I'm going to click on this and now it's 3D. So now you have this blue thing that's seeing your Z. And now you can move it in Z space. Okay, so I want to leave my null object here. And I'm going to positioning my thing a little bit up there. Because when you make a cube, you're going to be able to rotate it with the null object, which I'll show you, and want the null object to be in the middle of the cube. So that's why we do that. Okay, so now I'm going to duplicate, which is Control D, the shape layer. And now I should have two, but you can't see. And I'm going to go to rotate, and I'm going to go to the Y and press 90. Now it's facing, that way. We don't want it to be making it cross. We're going to move it up. Going to move it to this side. So if we go to our active camera, you can kind of see a sliver of it. I'm going to highlight these both, and now I'm going to put them to the null object. So now if I move the null object, then both these shape layers will move with the null object. So let's do that. So I'm going to press R for rotation, and then if I rotate it, it's like that. And then you'll see like this little bit of space here. Just make it better quality so I can see what I'm doing. And then we just have to make an adjustment. So I'm going to press position again and try to push that in a bit. Gonna push in a bit more. Oh, no, I'm going the wrong way. Wrong way again. It's the... There we go. Oh my god, stop. Oh, I didn't do that. So now if I go like this, it's nice. And rotates nicely. And then you just keep doing that anyway. So let's do that again. So I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to rotate this back to normal. So I'm actually going to put this over here now. It should be the same positioning, and then I'm going to go back to this first one, duplicate that, so then I can easily just put it over here. Go to active camera. I might have to do some little adjustments, but so far it should all be pretty good. It's all good, and it's like moving, so then when this one moves, the next one takes its place, like almost exactly where it was before. But if I moved, let's deselect that so then it doesn't move. when I move this thing. Let's say if I move it like to where this shape was. I'm gonna re-put these here. You'll see the cube starts to get closer to you. It's rotating like that. Let's put that to 0. Let's put that back. So deselect everything. And go to the top one because it's just an easier thing to see where the middle is. And if you wanted to put like a roof on it, then you would just rotate the JKs. Gotta put these on null. And then you just have to rotate this, and then you can see the top. And you can put something up there. But I'm not going to do that for now. Now we have our lovely cube that can rotate, which is great. Now let's go over to here and try to do that same kind of thing. So now I want to make like a room, like a 3D room. So then I can like do some rotation and stuff like that. That will kind of look like a 3D camera. So let's do that. So I'm going to put all these in 3D. I'm going to go top. Now when you select it, I'm going to select my background. I'm going to position this like all the way over here, somewhere there. And then I'm going to select Jasmine. I'm going to push her a little bit into space. And then this will be my floor. Oh, I'm actually going to show. You can see like, because when you move it back in space, wrong person. When you start moving it back in space, it's kind of like you're rescaling it, but not exactly. Like, don't think of this as rescaling your object, but it will like be smaller or bigger depending where it is in the space. You know, like if you get closer to a camera, you look you look bigger, and if you're farther away, this is kind of like what it's doing. So that's why I have this effect on it, the motion tile one, so that you can just easily cover up those spaces nicely. So that when you push it away, there's no more blackness unless you push it too far, which I probably have. I don't want it to be that far. And then there's that. So now let's do the floor, because the floor can be rather tedious. So I'm going to press R for rotation again. I'm going to put the X as 90. And I'm going to probably just go here. But you can also like look at the other camera views. Although some of the camera views can really like warp your perspective a bit. So I'm going to put that until Jasmine's finally revealing herself. And then I'm going to put you in hopefully. Hopefully that'll be good. Just kind of have to look at like different camera angles to see like where you are. That's Jasmine. See, my floor is not really connected yet. And now let's scale this a little bit. Open up. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so now we have everything in place. I'm going to scale Jasmine down a little bit. That's not the same as changing her position. So don't do that. And then like the last time, I'm going to put a null object in here. I'm going to make it 3D. I'm going to change the anchor point. And now I want to make sure that I put my anchor point where it's actually going to do me some good. So I'm going to put it like in between. My floor is really big. So let's just scale that down first. I'm making little details. The floor is just really, really big. Just a little bit of trying to get it right. I'm gonna move Jasmine up too. So you can get a better look at the floor. The wall is not completely covering it. Okay, so now we have a room. So treat the anchor, the null object like an anchor point, because this is where all your rotating and positioning is gonna happen. I'm gonna put it like in the middle of, like I said, Jasmine and the background, and hopefully that will give me what I want. I'm gonna highlight all these little things. I'm gonna put it to the null object, and when I rotate, you'll see that they all rotate too. And that's kind of how you do camera angles. So if I keyframe it, and then I go here, you'll see it rotates. And then you can also, I'm going to put Shift S. JK, it's not that. I'm going to put Shift P. And then I'm going to go here because I just want to use the Z positioning. So I'm going to keyframe my positioning. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to move in on Jasmine so that it moves out and also rotates. Like so. And then to cover up the black stuff, you just gotta move that all up. Just cover up any blackness because we don't want that. Okay, so then there's also another cool thing that happens with 3D in After Effects. So I'm gonna go back to my cube. I'm gonna put my cube in here. Now I'm gonna put it on 3D layer. And hopefully just put it with the null. There. So it moves with the null, but it's supposed to be a cube, right? We're supposed to have a cube. And even if I go like that and it looks cubish, it's still flat. And we don't want that. At least I don't want that for this. So I'm going to go onto here and click that. So now, if I go to rotate it, it should maintain its cube-like stuff. And right now it's going through. It's going through Jasmine because it's like overlapping her in space. So you can just go to positioning and move that away. Move it to the side. So now when it rotates, it's rotating the cube as well. So I go like this. It maintains its cube-like ability. And that's kind of how I did the glass. I just kind of made a cube and then I like reshaped it too. I'm gonna unselect that so I can like reshape it differently. Gonna go back to rotation. So yeah, you just kind of rotate it and do what you want with it. Kind of looks like a fridge right now. And that's how you make things look 3D.